YouTube, what's going down, guys? Excuse me. Hope you guys are having a good day today, man. I got a little video for you guys today, bro. Salute to all you guys, on your SR journey. Everybody that is, putting God first, living righteously, living obedience, doing the things that we do, doing the things that I like to talk about, and, my boy Martin likes to talk about, the Unchained Gang, what we like to talk about on our podcast. Shout out to all you guys, man. Much love. It's your boy Sebastian, aka Seb Waddles, aka Seb Conscious. I'm back with another video. I hope this video finds you guys at a good spot in your day. And as always, on this channel, I like to talk about my experience here in this crazy place that we live in, this crazy world. And I like to talk about what we could do to rise from spiritual death. All right, guys, getting on a journey of putting down the toxic behaviors, toxic, habits, and getting on a journey of self-development and self-love. That's what I like to talk about here, guys. So for this video is, guys, the title for this is "The Hate is Very Real on Retention." All right, and I want to talk about how people hate on you for no reason on retention. Shout out to my boy Dro, as always, who inspired me to make this video. But he's been experiencing it as well lately. I don't know if you guys have been noticing this, but for me and other fellow retainers, we've all kind of noticed that the energy is feeling a little bit different the last week or so. And let me know in the comments if you guys have been feeling this as well too, so we can all kind of confirm it. But there's been some hostility in the air, and there's been weird energy and people just tweaking out, and people's demons are coming out, and crazy stuff has been going down. Guys, do you remember the last video I made about this topic, like 5 videos ago or something? I don't know exactly, a couple days ago, about my job. If you guys have been following my videos, guys, your boy ended up getting fired from that job. I was literally, blows my fucking mind how they fired me. I've been fired from jobs in the past. I think this is the 3rd job that I've been fired from in my whole life. But this is the first job I've been fired from where I absolutely didn't deserve it. It was it's all spiritual, what I've noticed and what I'm going to break down. But, super weird. I'm going to break it down. But I was very tight with my boss, very cool with the boss and the GM and stuff like that. But the other coworkers that I had to work with, they ended up, I guess they just didn't like me, bro. And it was, I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that I had came into that job and I was very confident. And you guys know how we are on SR. I had all the girls in the front of house. They all wanted to chop it up with me all the time. Customers, all of a sudden I became like a popular dude at the restaurant, like very quickly, and I hopped on to the grill position, as a cook, and that's like the most intense position, and I was crushing it, my manager even pulled me aside and was like, wow, I'm very impressed with your skills. We've never had anybody learn this fast. We've never had anybody, be as fast as you are, type stuff. So it's not like my work was bad or anything, but for some reason I still got fired, But listen to this, guys. This is all for a reason. God hooked me up, and I think that this is another form of how God protects us. He'll remove certain things from you. It looks like it's a negative experience, but it's a blessing in disguise, and God is protecting you, because He was protecting me from these low vibrational creatures that were at my work, these gargoyle type people that I didn't. There was these 2 guys, man, that I always had to work with, and they did not like me. These dudes were very low vibrational. I don't want to sound too judgmental, but these people, because it's the spirit inside of them, as my boy Martin said earlier. It's the spirit inside of these people. It's not the people themselves, right? So we got to be a little bit more tolerant. But these people that I was working with, they were basically hating on me. All they do is play video games. All they would talk about is video games, smoking weed, girls, and that's it. Music, maybe, all worldly stuff, but it was mainly video games and smoking weed. And they didn't believe in God. They had no divine power source, no spiritual connection whatsoever. All right, those are the people that I was working with. All right, these 2 people, always grumpy, always in a bad mood at work, always. When things would get stressful, we get a lot of customers and stuff like that, guys. You know, they were always freaking out, doing all this stuff. And I was calm. You know, I think that that bothered them too. I remember a couple specific times where, you know, they thought that I was supposed to be freaking out, or, you know, they wanted to pressure me because they had been working there longer. You know how it is, guys. And then it gets busy, and so they're like ordering me around and doing all this stuff, and I was staying calm, right? And they didn't like that. They were like, they were trying to get me to feed into low vibrational shit, and I wasn't going for it. You know, it's like, I'm not gonna sit here and freak out because you're freaking out. You know, I'm not on that level. You know, I have a spiritual awareness to where, you know, the stuff that happens at work doesn't have to bother me. I'm there to collect a paycheck, and that's it. You know, a lot of these people, as my boy Martin likes to say, I can't speak tonight. What he said in his last video, he made a video about 9-to-5 jobs and stuff, and he said, you know, there's a lot of people that show up to jobs, and it's like their whole identity is this job, right? So they're good at the job, don't get me wrong, but it's like, they're so good that it's a fault, because they start ordering people around, they start getting on their high horse, and they start acting that like they're the shit, you know? And like, yeah, you're good at your job, but what else do you do? You know, what else? Tell me what else about yourself. There's not much. Like I said, they just go home, play video games, and do all this stuff. So there was some spiritual separation going on between me and these people. You know what I'm saying? They ended up conspiring against me, you guys, and they got me fired. You know? And once I heard that news, I was like, oh my gosh. When I made the video for you guys a couple days ago, and, you know, I said in that video, I said I didn't think that I was going to get fired, but I did. You guys, they ended up firing me on some crazy shit. I ended up looking at the schedule the next day, and I wasn't on the schedule, you know, and I text my boss, and I'm like, hey, what's up, bro? You know, I'm not on the schedule. And then he goes, excuse me, Sebastian, but, you know, we don't have enough hours to get you on the schedule, you know. Lies. You know, he just could have just said, I'm firing you. You know, he wasn't even man enough to tell me he was firing me. Those are the people that I was dealing with, you guys. So you got to think about this. This is a blessing. You know, God was removing me from these people. At first, it seemed like a really bad time. I was tripping. It like affected my pride. I was like, what's wrong with me? You know, but after I talked to a few people and realized what was going on, it was spiritual separation, and God was definitely protecting me, because, guys, I just landed a brand new job yesterday at this golf course, and as you guys know, I'm a big golfer, so I get free golf, I get free balls, you know, to hit balls and stuff like that, and I'm going to be a cook, and they're paying me $3 more than the other job. It's a little bit further away than my other job. It's like, you know, like a 20-minute bike ride. The other job was like 5 minutes, so it's a little bit further, but I'm going to get in shape too. So this was, you know, it's so clear to me that God removed me from these people to be with these other people. And then at the job interview, you guys, at the new one, they asked me a question like, what's the most important thing in your life? And I didn't want to lie to them. You know, I said God. I said God is the most important thing in my life. It was like a, you know, an interview question. And then it really went over well. They're like, oh, well, you're talking to two believers right now. You know, I was like, wow. You know, God definitely protected me from that, pulled me out of that old job, and brought me to the new job. Isn't that crazy, you guys? God is the best, man. All praises to the Most High, and I'm just so grateful, man. But I wanted to kind of talk about this a little bit, you know, because that was my experience, direct experience, but my homie Dro, again, I was just talking to him. He said he's been having some people at his work hating on him too, you know. The hate is so real, you guys, on semen retention, all right, because there's a spiritual separation going on with us, all right, and with regular other people throughout the world, civilians, regular people, you know what I'm saying? Just a lot of people are very, like, robotic, you guys, and NPC. A lot of people don't have a spiritual connection. A lot of people are just out here empty vessels, you know, working for Satan, and they don't even realize it, you know. They're just out here empty vessel like a mofo, all right? And because you come around, you know, a guy on semen retention, a guy that's, you know, connecting with God and spiritually strong, you're very pure. You are a very pure spirit, you know, going around on semen retention. You have power, you know, it's in your skin on semen retention. You glow. I mean, you're literally a very spiritual, powerful human being. You know what I'm saying? So it irritates people, bro. When you come around, it irritates them because they are still down here on a lower spiritual plane, and you're up here, and they subconsciously want to be where you're at, and they're subconsciously miserable. So they're gonna be throwing stones at you, bro. They're gonna be hating on you, man. So I've noticed it ramping up, and that's exactly what happened at my job. All right, it's exactly what's happening at my homie Dro's job as well. You know, he was talking about, you know, how these energy vampires were attacking him, and they were like smiling in his face when he was, you know, not feeling well and going through it. You know, he's going through some family stuff, and they're over there just like low key celebrating it or something. You know how people are. Coworkers, especially coworkers, bro. Coworkers are so, it's a weird scenario because you kind of got to get close with these people. You have to coexist, and you know, you try your best, but then you realize that they're low vibrational. You know what I'm saying? And then it ends up being tough. You know, that's what happened at the last job. So, guys, on retention, what I've noticed is that you could literally go places and you don't even have to speak, and people are gonna dislike you, and it's just from your aura. It's all spiritual. Like I said, your energy is very pure, and it's obvious that you're tapped in with God. You know, and if you're very like positive and joyful and grateful, people aren't gonna like that as well. You know what I'm saying? And it's all from their demons being agitated. So their demons are coming out when they're hating on you. When people are hating on you, their demons are coming out. You know, as me and Martin like to say, doing the Harlem Shake in their body. They're trying to come out because they don't like where you're at, and it irritates them. They want to be low vibrational. They want you to be low vibrational too, but you're not. You know what I'm saying? You're fighting. You're on Team God, and you're fighting for the other team. So they're very upset with that. All right, guys. And what I wanted to mention on this, you guys, because this video is getting a little long, but when this stuff is happening, guys, and comment, you guys, if you guys can relate with this, please comment, let me know your experience too. But you guys, you got to understand that God's working behind the scenes. That's the message that I wanted to give to you guys. You know, through the hate, through the BS, God is working behind the scenes always to protect us and to get us through. You know, we might have to endure some weird scenarios and some weird interactions and conflict and all that stuff, but God's working behind the scenes. Look what he did for me. He found me a brand new job, and it's, you know, couldn't have asked for a better job, literally. So absolutely amazing. And at the end of the day, you guys, all of this stuff, when you break it down, is that these people are jealous. All right, it's subconscious, it's spiritual, but like I said, they're at a lower spiritual plane, and you're at a higher spiritual plane, and they subconsciously and spiritually want to be where you're at. You know what I mean? But they're not, and you're naturally like that, and you're naturally pure. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be hard for you guys to coexist. All right, so we got to expect for this to happen. You got to expect to have less friends. We got to expect to be on an isolation path, especially when you go on SR, start putting God first. You know, you really isolate yourself, and it's a spiritual separation, man. So, you know, find your like-minded tribe, as I always say. Stick with them. Stick with God. You know what I mean? Just stay strong. Don't go back to your vomit and go hanging out with all these different people. Don't go back to your bad habits, hanging out with these party friends and, you know, weed smokers and all of that stuff that you know, your old self that you used to do. All right, guys? You don't need to be doing that. All right? So, much love. That's the video for you guys today. That's all I got. Might make another one after this because I'm kind of feeling up and stuff like that. But yeah, guys, I got freaking fired from that job over BS. You know, that's never happened to me in my life. So, took me a few days to process all this, but your boy already got a brand new job, 100 times better. You know, God is the best. God is absolutely the best, man. So, tap in with God, and he can do the same thing for you. All right, guys? Much love. Hopefully y'all learned something from this, as always, and I will catch you guys next time, bro. Stay strong, all right, boys? Peace.